You ever start something thinking everything is perfect, only to find that one small thing that slowly starts to ruin it for you? Me too. You see, when I created this world, I installed a mod called Serene Seasons. At first it was incredible. I was able to watch the world slowly change as time went on, but after about 80-ish in-game days, winter arrived. And it sucked. Don't get me wrong, it's an amazing mod. I love the idea behind it. But for this world, it just wasn't right. So I needed to fix it. But to do that, I had to wait for spring to finally roll around. Tweak the snow melt percentages in the config, let everything finally return to normal, and then finally uninstall a mod. But since I had to wait for spring, I decided to keep myself busy by doing some boring tasks. I did a little fishing, some strip mining, where I actually found my first diamonds, made a diamond pick, but even better yet, I stumbled upon a skeleton spawner, which will help us tremendously. But even after all that, something still didn't feel right. There was still more improvements to be done. So, I updated the world from 1.21.6 to 1.21.11. Switched Distant Horizons over to Voxy, I added a wind mod, and swapped my shaders from complementary to photon. And now, this world finally feels right. So today, I want to challenge myself. I want to build diagonally for the first time, as well as get our food situation under control, because right now, it's pretty bad. And to do that, I want to get these fields done. So I'm thinking we do some potatoes in this first field. I know I want to do wheat in the center. I'm gonna have to move these guys, and unfortunately I haven't caught any sheep yet. And then obviously we'll do some carrots in this field. I do have a small carrot farm right in here, but it's definitely not sustainable. So I want to get this figured out as soon as possible. I also, while I was waiting for spring, I don't know if I ever showed this off yet, I did kind of like shape the pond to the size I think I want it to be. I don't think I'll do the pond in this episode, but I do know that I'm going to carry this path over to our diagonal building that we're going to make today, which will probably be right around where this big tree is. But let's get this crop field taken care of real quick, and then we'll get to the real challenge. What we could do, since these are such big fields, I did find that mob spawner while I was waiting for it to turn, or not a mob spawner, I found that skeleton spawner while I was waiting for it to turn spring. So what we could do is make a little mob spawner out of it, and then we can get infinite bones so that we burn everything. So I'm kind of debating on doing that right now. It doesn't sound like a bad option to me. However, I did want to build like an actual barn kind of for the animals right here. So I don't know which one I will do first. But anyways, like I said, I'm gonna move them, start on this wheat field, and then I will see you when that is done. Okay, so I've kind of reached the point I need to fix right there. Anyways, I've kind of reached the point where I'm waiting for crops to grow anyways, so I can just fill out the rest of the field. So while I wait for that, I kind of want to talk about how to build diagonally. I know the general concept, but I've never personally experimented too much with it. And actually, let me grab some stone just to show it. I just kind of want to explain this because I feel like a lot of people don't really show how to start a building that's diagonal. For the general concept, at least as far as I'm aware, So let's say for a 45-degree building, you would do something like this, obviously, right? Make it diagonal, whatever. It's 45 degrees. But let's say you wanted to do something a little bit more complex. Let's say you wanted to do... Maybe this would be easier to show in a creative world. But let's say you want to do a 2 or a 3 diagonal. Let's just do a 2 for now. Oh, yep. Love that. So you're doing that, but then how do you turn it, right? Well, as far as I'm aware, and there might be a better method, but you see how we're doing it in 2s? We're gonna carry that over, but this is gonna make a 3, but the way to look at it is that you have your row of 2, it comes to a 2. Ignore that block, now you start another row of 2. And then I'm gonna go on the inside, and then we'll just say, do it again, right? But since I was on the inside, we're gonna have to go inside again. See? Look. Then you have this little shape in every corner, so it gives you a perfect corner for a 2 diagonal. And the same concept would work if it was 3. I don't know. I'll just show that over here, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So right here, same concept. You have the 3. Ignore those 2. Now you have a 3 here, and then you would continue it on. So then you would get just a corner, the same corner in every corner, obviously, God. But yeah, you apply this concept to however long you want your diagonal line to be. So if it was 4, you would make this be 4 long this way. Ignore the 3 blocks that are out here, but then make it 4 that way. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Obviously I haven't really dealt with diagonal builds too much, so we'll see how it comes out. But as far as I'm aware, that's the general concept. Now roofs might be a little bit more tricky. Like I said, I haven't experimented with it, so we'll see. I'm kind of nervous for figuring out the roof. But I feel like if you just follow the general shape of the building, it shouldn't be too hard. So we'll see. I hope that helps somebody. I hope somebody learned something there. Let me know if you did down in the comments. That would be cool. Love to know I helped somebody. So, like I said earlier, I kind of want to start a barn, and I kind of want it to be around where this giant tree is. But I'm thinking about doing a 3 oh, there's a rainbow. That's cute. Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a 3 diagonal on it, maybe a 4, but I'm honestly not too sure quite yet. I'm also kind of thinking about making it look maybe more white and rustic and a little bit run down, as if I was like an old farmer that just kind of lives out here. So I'm gonna kind of go for that vibe. I'm gonna get some pale oak, some diorite, all that kind of stuff. You know the vibes. Cue the what is it? The gathering montage? Yeah, cue that shit. think I collected everything that I'm going to want to use, or at least think I'm going to want to use for this barn. I got a bunch of wood, a shit ton of bricks and terracotta, and I actually ended up having a bunch of materials left over from the starter house, so that was really nice. I didn't have to go collect everything. I also did take time to make the mob farm with the skeleton spawner down in that mine shaft down there. But yeah, I think it's time we finally start trying to tackle this diagonal building. I feel like it's gonna be a little bit tricky. I think I'm gonna do the outline in dark oak for now. See how that looks. I think I'm gonna do 5. We'll keep it on this lower shelf of dirt for now, just to keep it easy. Do that for the door. No, we'll make the door big. And just like that, have a nice, easy outline for the diagonal build. Once you get that, like, corner concept, I feel like it makes it 10 times easier and more, I don't know, where you would be more willing to try it, because it doesn't seem as hard. But I'm gonna follow this. Let me do I have any dirt? Alright, this is how it looks. This is a basic framework. I'm kind of thinking about raising this one up. Actually, you know what, I think I probably will. For the most part, this is how it looks. Like I said, I'm gonna raise it up when I think. Let me fix that real quick. Speaking of fixing things, I don't know how many of you have a car that just have dealt with car problems, but oh my gosh, for the past well over 2 years now, I've been dealing with a fuel problem. I was throwing money at it, buying new parts, having things tested, you know, just trial and error at that point. And you might even think after all that time, money, especially struggling to find the fix, why not just sell the car, get a different car? And honestly, I was starting to think the same thing. Luckily, I have my amazing girlfriend who is always supportive of me and the things I care about. She convinced me to stick with it. She knew I would hate myself if I got rid of it, and knew we would eventually find the cause. I truly don't know what I would do without her. But we finally got it fixed. We were able to figure it out on our own, and it's such a relief for us. But yeah, I just thought I'd vent about my car struggles for a little bit. Okay, yeah, I think that looks much better. I think it's a way better size. Let me get like a wall design around this. Maybe figure out like a pathway through here, because I do kind of want this just open. So let me do that. Give you a little time lapse of me building this time instead of yapping. Okay. So, obviously, it's done. Don't get mad. I'm already mad at myself. I don't know what happened to the footage. I swear I was recording. I can't find it flashback or OBS, so I guess I just didn't record it. That's my bad. But yeah, this is how the building looks. I did a tough outline for the roof, and then I did a mix of some blocks in there. Obviously there's calcite, diorite, pale oak, stripped, and planks. I think it came out really nice. At first I didn't fully like these like corner pillars, but I think it came together really well with the roof. The only tricky part about the roof, with it being diagonal, was around this area. I had to push like a block in, pull one out, just to make it kind of like smooth. But I think it came out really well. Like, Obviously that probably wouldn't be there. This wouldn't be a full straight line, but you know, um, as long as it looks smooth and like it has a place. I did divide in here into 4 different pens. I have decided them already. That one's gonna be sheep, cow, and then we're gonna have pig and chicken right in there. But I haven't completed the path through here, so I probably will like change all this out for more coarse dirt and rooted dirt and stuff like that. There is an upstairs. There is not much to it, but you can come up here if you want to. Or I do think it's missing something, and I might just add some like silos right there, just to like, I don't know if balance is the right term, but give it more depth. To do that, I'm gonna use all these bricks and terracotta that I got, so, and then a little bit of granite. I did use, like I said, brick, terracotta, granite, but I have a texture pack from Vanilla Tweaks, I think it is, wow. It changes pink terracotta into this texture, and I really like that. I think it goes really well with the other blocks, especially from a distance. But I do like these. I think they kind of help fill out the area a little bit, and that's kind of all I was hoping for. Alright, since we finished our barn with the silos and then we got all the animals in here, I say we end the episode right now. And next episode, hopefully we'll make some actual progression. But if you have any ideas, comments, concerns, literally anything, please let me know in the comments. I would love some feedback of any kind. But yeah, I'll see you later. Peace out.